built into it. So we'll do a little batch of warm-up stuff. Let's start by coming to the bottom of a squat. And we're just gonna grab our feet. Then we're gonna bring our hips up high as we can. Straighten our legs out as much as we can, and then back down. We're gonna do that 10 times. Looks good. Then we're just gonna step off to the side and sink down as low as we can, and then come back up, and then go off to the other side. Let's do 10 total, so 5 on each leg. All right. Then we can grab something that we can hold in our hand. You could also do this without anything in your hand. That's totally okay. We're gonna do some windmills. So I've got my weight on my right side. So I'm gonna get a wide stance, turn my toes away from my weight. Weight comes overhead, or just hand comes overhead. And then I'm gonna take my free hand and just like trace the inside of my left leg and then come back up. And you'll see as I do this, my shoulder rotates as I press that weight up. We're gonna do 4 on each side. Excellent. Then we're gonna come to the ground. And we're gonna do 20 glute bridges. So I like to get my feet nice and flat, and I like to bring my heels back as far as I can. Sometimes I'll even lay my hands down and bring it till my heel will touch just my the tip of my finger. Then from here, I'm gonna push into the ground, opening my hips up all the way, and then back down. We're gonna do 20 of these. Squeezing our glutes at the top. Just 10 for me. Whew. Then we're gonna do 10 jump squats. So I'm just gonna squat down. As I come up, I'm gonna get a little bit of air. If for any reason you can't jump where you're at, or just can't jump in general, we can just do 10 air squats, that's fine. Let's do them, there's 2 for me. 5, 6. Awesome. Okay, we're gonna do those last 3 movements 2 more times. So 4 windmills per side is the first one. Looks great. Then, once we've done those, 20 glute bridges. Let's do them. Think about squeezing your glutes at the top, pushing through your heels, opening your hips all the way up. And then 10 jump squats. Let's do it. Excellent. All right, 4 windmills per side. One more round. Looking for a stretch in our hamstrings as we come down. If you're real flexible, got real long hamstrings, maybe you won't feel as much of a stretch. And that's okay. And 20 glute bridges. Here we go. Nicely done. And then 10 jump squats. I'm warm. It worked. Okay. So today's workout is going to be 3 4-minute AMRAPs. So I'm going to throw a bunch of stuff at you right now, but we'll have plenty of time for me to go over it during the workout, so you won't be lost. First AMRAP is going to be 20 jumping lunges, 20 burpees, and 20 bent over rows. Now, the jumping lunges and the burpees will always be the first 2 movements. That third movement is going to change each AMRAP, and the reps are going to change each AMRAP. So 20, 20, 20, first one. Then we're going to rest a full 4 minutes. So, like I said, we'll have plenty of time for me to let you know what's coming up next. I promise I won't let you get lost. But AMRAP number 2 is again going to be 4 minutes long. 15 reps of each this time. So 15 jumping lunges, 15 burpees, and the bent over rows are going to turn into plank transfers, which I'll show you in just a moment here. Then we'll rest another 4 minutes, and then a third 4-minute AMRAP of 10 jumping lunges, 10 burpees, and 10 renegade rows, which I will show you as well. So first AMRAP is 20, 20, 20. Next one is 15, 15, 15. Third one is 10, 10, 10. And there's a nice big chunk of rest. The idea is that we can kind of push it for the 4-minute AMRAP. We can, it's an opportunity to go a little buck wild. It's only 4 minutes. So we can hit it hard, and then we take a good, nice chunk of rest to fully recover. And then we go again, slightly less reps, means potentially more rounds. Then we rest again, recover, and then we can go. So the idea is that we're doing lots of recovery so we can hit it hard all 3 times. So let's go over these movements. Just real quick over the jumping lunge and the burpee. If you're gonna do jumping lunges, you basically start in the bottom of a lunge. You're gonna jump up tall and land in the opposite lunge. That's one. Just make sure that you do get up tall and you don't do this move, which is fun, but it's not what we're doing today. I have thought about programming it though. If the jumping lunge isn't working out for you, we can just do regular lunges in place. Let's do like 4 or 5. I mean 4 or 6 of whatever you're gonna do in the workout. Awesome. Sweet. Then we got the burpee. I've seen you all do burpees just in case someone is watching the YouTube video and maybe they've never done burpees. We're gonna bring our hands to the ground, then we're gonna hit the deck in a kind of controlled flop. So I'm not doing a push-up, I'm not keeping my body rigid, I'm just getting my chest and my thighs to the ground, but I'm using my arms to just make it so that I don't crash into the ground. Then I'm gonna peel myself up, snap my hips shut, stand up, jump and clap. So at speed, let's do 2 warm-up burpees. Fantastic. Awesome. Okay, then we've got the 3 different third movements. For the first AMRAP, it's gonna be the bent over row. So, 2 ways you can do this. You can do a single arm version or a 2-arm version. Either way, it's gonna be 20. So if you're gonna do single arm, you can switch every 10. For that, I'm getting into a hinged position, so bent over. Nice thing about being on camera is you can see like what does my hinge position look like? If it looks like this, I wanna make sure that I straighten out my back, make some wrinkles in my t-shirt, and get that nice neutral spine position. So I'm gonna come into that hinged position, and then I'm just pulling my elbow up high, just like that. You could also do a 2-hand version, which just means I've got both hands occupied. If you had 2 dumbbells, you could do 2 dumbbells at a time. If you haven't yet, let's try a couple. I'll even it out with this side. And the main thing with those, when we're fatigued and doing bent over rows, it's easy to kind of forget about your position. So, like, if you can, feel free, like, check out your camera, see how you look, go at a side angle, and just make sure you're not, doing this old move. Okay, then plank transfer. That's for the third movement in the second AMRAP. Basically, I'm going to start in a push-up position with a dumbbell or an object of any sort behind one of my wrists. So I feel like it's blending in with the floor, so it's kind of hard to see, but it's behind this wrist. I hop into my push-up, might have a wider foot stance, that's totally okay. Then from here, I'm just gonna transfer it to behind the other wrist. And then back. Each time I transfer, that's 1, 2, so on and so forth. So if maybe you've got a more unwieldy object, or maybe something without a handle, I'm not sure what everyone has, you could definitely drag your object too. Like if it's a kettlebell, it might feel a little bit easier to drag it rather than pick it up. Let's try a few if you haven't. As we do these, we just want to make sure that we don't let our hips slowly rise to where eventually we're doing this with super high hips. Should be trying to maintain the same plank you would have if you were gonna do some push-ups. Any questions on the plank transfer? Cool, cool. Then the last one, the renegade row. This is also one that could be done with two dumbbells if you have two dumbbells. If you've got kettlebells, I don't recommend balancing on kettlebell handles, but I've only got one, so I'm gonna get into a push-up position again, but I'm gonna have one hand on the dumbbell, like this. Again, my feet are probably a little bit wider than I would normally use for push-ups, but from here, I'm going to do the bent over row. So I've effectively combined the row and the plank transfer. So I'm pulling up, just like that. Each one counts as one. You can do 5 on one side, 5 on the other. The main thing with the renegade row is I want to make sure that the range of motion is coming from me pulling back, using my upper back and my arm to get all the motion, and making sure that I'm not rotating to get the dumbbell higher. Every now and then I'll see some turning. That's super exaggerated, but your chest should always be towards the ground. So if you feel yourself starting to do that spin, take a little break and then hop back in. That didn't rhyme intentionally, but it did. So we'll go with it. Okay, quick recap. For 4-minute AMRAP, 20 jumping lunges, 20 burpees, 20 bent over rows. Then we're gonna rest 4 minutes. Then second 4-minute AMRAP, 15 jumping lunges, 15 burpees, 15 plank transfers. Is that a good standing imitation? Then 4 minutes of rest, and then one final 4-minute AMRAP, 10 jumping lunges, 10 burpees, 10 renegade rows. Okay, if there are no questions, I think we'll hop in. Starting with 4 minutes, 20 jumping lunges, 20 burpees, 20 bent over rows. Let's start in 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Woo! Nice job, everyone. All right. 90 seconds. Great job. Yeah, buddies. "30 seconds. "10 seconds. Three, two, one, rest. Yowza. Nice job, everyone. Can't breathe right now. I'll talk to you in a minute or two. All right, coming down. We got 2.5 minutes left to rest. Next one's gonna be 15 jumping lunges, 15 burpees, 15 plank transfers. And it's gonna be so much easier than that first one. Woo! All right, 90 seconds. Should have been 20 minutes of rest. Next time. All right, 60 seconds. And then 15, 15, 15. All right, 10 seconds. Going in, 3, 2, 1, here we go. Woo! 90 seconds. Whew. One more minute. You got it. 10 more seconds. 2, 1, rest. Woo. That was something else. All right. All right. While we're resting, next round is going to be 10 of the lunges, 10 of the burpees, and then 10 renegade rows. Two minutes to rest. Ninety seconds. This is where I start getting the anticipatory anxiety. It's like an hour before bed on Sunday night. 60 seconds. The weekend is over.
Just like the weekend, it goes too fast.
Yeah, exactly. 30 seconds. 10, 10, 10. Renegade rows. All right, 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Two more minutes. Last minute. Thirty seconds. Ten seconds. Time. Woo! All right. We're gonna do low dragon if you want a little mobility. We can think of low dragon as a very low, deep lunge that we can explore in. So I'm in a lunge, but I've come down to the ground, hands on the ground. As you sink into the stretch, some of you might even be able to come down to your elbows. I definitely can't do that. Some people can get even lower. That's amazing. While we're down here, if you want, you can do a few exploratory things like walk your hands away from your knee. You can even push your knee away from you, open up your hip a little bit more. You can walk back in, walk a little bit towards your knee, leaning in. Either way, I'm gonna hang out here for about 25 more seconds. Breathing deep the whole time. And I'm going to slowly kind of melt out of that and repeat on the other side. Sinking down deep as I get more relaxed, more comfortable. Maybe move around, see what's up over here. About 20 more seconds. We did it. Great job, everyone.